This next family are living proof there's gold in bricks and mortar. They've just sold their humble $800,000 home for $2 million.
I call it my shack. Sorry.
The shack has done very well for you, Rosetta.
Yeah, I think so. It had a roof. That was the main thing.
We didn't actually show one buyer through.
Luck, timing, it's something that we will never, I think, experience ever again.
We used to say the great Australian dream was to own your own home. But what if you could flip that home in less than 2 years for more than $1 million in profit?
Do you guys feel like you've won real estate lotto?
Very much so.
Meet the Creckers, arguably the luckiest family in Australia's competitive real estate market. They've well and truly got something to smile about.
How much did you buy this place for?
$880,000.
And how much have you sold it for?
$2 million.
Danny and Rosetta purchased this rundown weatherboard cottage in North Ryde in Sydney's northern suburbs 2 years ago. It was a smaller, more rundown property than what they'd come from. In fact, friends and family tried to talk them out of the purchase, but they had plans to eventually build a much bigger home.
To come to a property where it was pretty much a knockdown job, rusted gutters and so forth, so they were very sceptical and hesitant as to why we've done something like this.
But before they got around to it, real estate agent Stefon Bertram from McGrath knocked on their door and told them there was huge interest in undeveloped properties like theirs.
It sounded quite enticing, and we looked at quotes and so forth for building and just realised we didn't want to get too much more debt, and decided to capitalise on the opportunity that was there in front of us, and we decided to go with this quick sale.
But no one could have predicted just how much money they stood to make. The very first offer they received was $2 million. That's a $1.12 million profit in less than 2 years. Danny owns his own plumbing business and says this amount of fast cash is life-changing. To put it in perspective, as a plumber, Danny earns roughly $1,000 a week after tax, so he'd have to work for 21 and a half years to make that $1.12 million.
They actually didn't even come to the property. They met me straight at my office, dropped off to 10%, $200,000, and the property was sold within 24 hours.
So you're telling me they didn't even set foot on this property before they bought it?
No, they didn't. So that's how hot the market is at the moment.
Stefon Bertram is from McGrath Ryde and sold the property to a hungry buyer who just missed out on a similar property, which went to auction down the road.
1.8 now. At 1.8 I have.
That property had gone for a then record of $1.8 million, more than $500,000 above its reserve.
Sold, sir. Congratulations.
Remarkably, the owners of that house purchased it back in 1998 for $310,000, working out to a profit of $1.49 million. And with property markets continuing to climb, we're sure to see more Australian sellers hitting the housing jackpot.
I think it's just supply and demand. We don't have enough houses and we've got way too many buyers.
The Crecker family have never been happier to pack up their lives and say goodbye to their mortgage, moving to a much larger, newer property further out in the suburbs.
New suburb, with a newer home, plenty of room for the kids, looking at new schools, and a lot less debt.
Kind of a dream come true, really.
It's a lotto, isn't it? And the Creckers move into their new home next month. Well, there was a time